Hey everyone, it's your old mate Shano here. Thanks very much for stopping by to check out this video. Today we're going to ask 3 questions about a book called The Vietnam Air War from the Cockpit. Those questions are, what did I like about it? What didn't I like about it? And would I recommend it? First of all though, let's learn a little bit more about this book. It was published in 2017 and is written by Colonel Dennis M. Ridnouer. And while yes, this has Ridnouer's name on the cover, this is actually a collection of 72 stories from servicemen and women sharing their stories and experiences during the Vietnam War. All the stories are related to aerial combat operations, from fighters, bombers, and tankers to cargo, admin, and prisoners of war. Here's the blurb for the book. The Vietnam War is one of the most misunderstood military conflicts in 20th century America. Showcasing the stories of American servicemen who fought from the skies, this unique and historically significant collection is a stunning record of the air war in Southeast Asia during the 1960s and 1970s. Occasionally funny, sometimes tragic, and often harrowing, these true accounts bring new and personal perspectives to one of the most studied and most maligned wars in America's history, revealing with no Hollywood glamorization what the war was really like for members of the US Air Force of all ranks and myriad functions who answered the call to fight. So, what did I like about this book? One of the main things that amazed me as I worked my way through this was the amount of detail these men could still recall, whether it was the technical stuff about their planes or the details of particular missions. They got into all the nitty-gritty. I also found the short chapters to be most useful, as it made it easy to pick up and put down. Although, that said, it was so interesting that I would find myself reading multiple chapters in a row. This made it a good companion while I was on my daily commute. One of my favourite chapters, though, was a really long one. In it, the author describes the preparation, training, and execution of a POW rescue mission called Operation Son Tay. It was riveting and a brilliant example of good storytelling. And there's examples like this all the way through the book. It certainly was a most enjoyable read. Lastly, one of the big things I enjoyed about it was that there was no political agenda and no romanticizing. These are simply tales from the thick of an endlessly complex conflict, raw and uncut, told directly by the men and women who were there on the front lines. So our second question then was, what didn't I like about this book? I came across this book accidentally on Spotify and was unable to find a hard copy or ebook version. So I read this entirely as an audiobook, and one of the things I wished they'd done with it was to have different readers for each chapter. Since each chapter was a different person's story, it would have been good to hear a different voice, even if it was just 2 or 3 different readers in rotation. That's nothing major though, just more of a personal preference. Another audiobook related thing was the bleeping of the swear words. Now, there's not a whole lot of swearing in the book, but the bleeping when it happened I thought was an odd choice. I'm sure the swear word was written in the original book, so I was at a bit of a loss as to why it was censored in the audio version. Other than that, I had no real major gripes about this book. Would I recommend it? That's our third question. I certainly would. Like most books like this though, if you don't have a specific interest in aviation or the history of the Vietnam War, then there will be nothing really here for you. But yes, if you are interested in those things, and enjoy bite-sized chapters and a mixture of stories from right up and down the aeronautical spectrum, then it's definitely worth looking up on Spotify.